Okay, this is the CAD room design project that the kids have done. They did this actually as their final project. One of the things you notice, this is actually room 210 you're looking at right now. This was done by Zach Lungi. This is one of his projects, and actually take a look at it. Did a fairly amazing job of reproducing the room perfectly, all the way down to the computers. I'm sorry, all the way down to the aquariums, the eye wash station, the microscopes in the microscope cabinet, and little fishes swimming around in the fish. So this is actually a pretty good representation. The nice thing about this gives you a very good idea of what is. Okay, so you can take a look at this, and this will tell you, okay, does the furniture fit the way it's supposed to? What's going to happen? How are things going to arrange? How much room are you going to have in between the furniture? This is biology lab. This is biology lab as it currently exists. And this is actually kind of nice because one of the things that I think would work out really nice as a marketing tool, because people can actually see, well, for one thing, in this scene, you can actually see through the windows, which I think is cool. SketchUp has the ability to do transparency. But you can also walk into the room and see what the room is actually going to look like when you're in it. Now, on this project, we were right under the gun towards the end. It took a while to get things finished. So there's a few things missing. For example, the furniture is in, but we don't have any of the cabinetry. One of the projects that I am going to give my students to do is they're going to be building all the cabinetry in the biology lab. Since I'm sure we've already discussed this, we know that's going to stay. The beauty of this is when you're trying to determine how furniture is going to look or what will be the best sort of furniture, this will allow you to say, for instance, take out the platform, take out the teacher's desk, replace the teacher's desk, try different kinds of desks, perhaps a lab space and an instructional space, and see how much room you actually do have to work with. This scene is part of actually a much bigger scene that contains the biology lab done by Liz Linehan, the prep room done by Steve Dana, and this is a proposal for the chemistry lab that was done by Zach Lungi. The original chemistry lab design was done by Colin Duggan. All right, if you take a look at it, it's actually kind of cool. He did a kind of a neat little project, because what he did with the chemistry lab, what Zach did with the chemistry lab, is he divided the lab into two sections. You have a student section, a lab section, which he put at the back of the room. All right, and then you have a teacher section, which is put at the front of the room. One of the problems that they were trying to solve with it, which I thought was interesting, is that they kept on saying, well, the teacher, the phone is all the way at the back of the room. I kind of pointed out to them that, you got to realize that running wiring for a phone is a lot easier than running plumbing for lab tables. So if that's a problem, you could always just move the phone and not necessarily have to have the lab tables in a different place. One of the things I do like about this project, I think this one was particularly cool, is that if you actually take a look, he used some real clever ideas. He actually thought about putting windows on the back wall. He actually did a little bit of work here. One thing, unfortunately, that kind of got a little caught up and ran into a problem was he put the door to the prep room in the wrong place. So as a result, the prep room is actually 4 feet off to the side from where it should be. All right, so this is actually not accurate. However, the reason I included this and want to spend a little time on this is I think it even gives you an idea of how SketchUp is very, very handy for visualizing things. For example, I actually really like this little partition that runs in between rooms. It kind of gives you a visual sense of, okay, one section is lab section, the other section is teaching section, without actually breaking up the room very much. I mean, this is just an open, like a little partition with an open wall with a couple of pillars that kind of defines the space without really actually creating much of an obstruction. Okay, what the plan is for me to start working on the furniture next week, and when we get back, the kids are all ready to go on that. If you have any interest or you have any input for something you'd like to actually see us try, so it'll give you an idea during your thought process, it would be very, very helpful and it would be very meaningful to students to actually have kind of an authentic assignment to be working on. Unfortunately, I only actually have 2 kids in CAD this term, but since the heavy lifting of building the rooms is done, I think that will work because now all we're doing is making